The news you can count on. Mayport to Ponte Vedra Beach. The Island Times News Update begins right now. Here's Tom Patton.
Welcome to the Island Times News Update. I'm Tom Patton. In a 30-page decision, Circuit Judge James Daniel has denied a petition brought by Beach Diner owner Barry Adib, challenging the decision by the Atlantic Beach Commission to allow the construction of a large gas station and convenience store on property owned by Gate Petroleum, a portion of which is leased to Adib for the diner. Beach Diner said in its petition that for various reasons, the City Commission departed from the essential requirements of the law when it affirmed the CDB's decision to approve Gate's site plan as a mixed-use project consisting of an automobile service station and a retail sales outlet. Beach Diner also argued that the City Commission's affirmation of the CDB's determination that Gates' proposed site plan qualified as an automotive service station was not supported by competent and substantial evidence. Finally, Beach Diner believes that they were not afforded due process of the law because the City Commission improperly allocated the burden of proof during the appeal hearing. In his ruling, Judge Daniel wrote that none of the grounds advanced by Beach Diner, however, are sufficient for the court to grant the relief that the Beach Diner seeks. Daniel wrote that there is nothing in the relevant section of the city's zoning code that would prevent a landowner in Zone CG from constructing a large retail sales outlet with a greater impact on the surrounding neighborhood than the impact from a convenience food store and combining that larger retail sales outlet with an automobile service station that has more than 6 fueling positions. Judge Daniel also said in his ruling that Beach Diner is not entitled to 51 parking spaces. He said the record reflects absolutely no clear or definite affirmative action by the city of Atlantic Beach in 1997 to grant or allocate Beach Diner any specific number of parking spaces, much less 51. Additionally, the judge found that the City Commission acted properly in its quasi-judicial action. Neptune Beach Councilman Rory Diamond proposed a change to the city's land use code that would have given the city staff the authority to approve development orders that meet all zoning requirements and do not request any variances. Diamond said that the current code places unnecessary burdens on developers that comply with all of the city's requirements.
We've seen this recently with the expansion over at Publix. They had to go to Community Development Board and then come here, wasting time and money of planners, architects, the council's time, Community Development Board's time, and then they lost 3 months of development time for something that was going to happen no matter what. And we're the only city around here that has this unnecessary series of steps. So to me, the purpose of this was just to make it easier to get to the answer that we're going to get to anyway.
But others on the council, including Mayor Elaine Brown, who sells commercial real estate, said that she did not perceive that the process was particularly burdensome on commercial developers.
And I do like to physically see what is going on in our city and be aware of it. So I too feel as though, especially the 15,000 square feet, that this is not a burden to staff. It's certainly not a burden to this council.
The council declined to move the proposal forward to its next regular meeting. A proposal for a pilot program to allow backyard hens in Neptune Beach is back before the City Council. The most recent variation of the proposal is scaled back and not as detailed as the pilot program that was considered and rejected last year. Councilman Richard Arthur once again sponsored the legislation, which specifies the size of the coops in which hens must be kept and what properties are eligible to participate. Hens may not be kept at multifamily residences, duplexes, or triplexes. Councilman Arthur said the pilot program ordinance is purposefully short.
There's a system in place to handle all of this, as other cities have adopted. It defines the coop as an accessory structure. You get a permit just as any other accessory structure. You pay your application fee. You take the program, you pass. So it's all laid out. There's nothing new here.
Vice Mayor Scott Wiley agreed that there was nothing new in the proposal this time around, and his objections had not changed either.
Some of the concerns I had from council makeup that was provided last time was the odor, the health issues, the confinement of the hens, the protection from the predators factors which was brought up tonight. Regulations from the building and zoning side, what department would be responsible for the inspections and also for the enforcement of the ordinance, and those are still my concerns, and there's been nothing shown to me to change my concerns on that, and I would not be in support of it again.
Councilman Rory Diamond said he would support the idea if the hens were limited to residential zoning districts that allow larger lots.
I get Jacksonville doing this, and I think it probably makes sense for a lot of Jacksonville. The west side, I mean, I grew up around ranches. There was plenty of chickens, not a big deal when you've got lots and lots of acreage. And we've got some places in Neptune Beach where maybe there is that kind of space. So I think I could be a yes, but only if we restricted this to R1 and R2, which have the big lots, or if we increase the minimum lot size to like 10,000 square feet or something, so that we really are finding the balance between people who've got the space and then, keeping this out of essentially these tiny lots we have east of 3rd.
The council determined that it would consider the ordinance for a pilot proposal at its next regular meeting, April 3rd. Well, when we come back, Atlantic Beach will consider an ordinance to protect sea turtles during nesting season. This is the Island Times News Update.
The news you can count on. The Island Times News Update will be right back.
Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning in Atlantic Beach offers a full range of residential and commercial heating and air conditioning services, from new installation to replacement and remodeling. Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning can keep your home comfortable year-round, and they offer preventive maintenance contracts to keep your system running at peak efficiency. Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning is an authorized Bryant dealer and will service all brands. For year-round comfort in your home or business, contact the original Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning at 241-1788.
Welcome back to the Island Times News Update. I'm Tom Patton. The Jacksonville Beach City Council approved the replatting of a parcel of land in South Jacksonville Beach, just north of Butler Boulevard, into lots for 9 single-family homes in the Colonies neighborhood. The parcel is adjacent to land that at one time was used as a landfill for construction material, and there were concerns raised that the land had not been properly cleaned up when the landfill was closed. The Florida Department of Environmental Protection issued a letter in 2015 saying there were no objections to a residential development on the land, and the replanting ordinance specifies that anyone who owns a home on the 9 lots would be prohibited from putting in a vegetable garden or planting fruit trees on the lots. Wells, ponds, and in-ground swimming pools would be banned unless the property owner can show that the land has been properly cleared. Methane monitoring wells will also be required. One major issue was that while the original homeowners would be properly notified of the restrictions, there is no guarantee that any subsequent homeowner would be made aware of the potential issues. Still, with no legal reason to disallow the replatting, the council voted 5-1 to allow the land to be replatted. The council also gave final approval to a rezoning for a planned 8-story oceanfront hotel on a parcel of land just north of Casa Marina in Jacksonville Beach. Atlantic Beach will discuss a proposed ordinance to regulate lighting on oceanfront homes and businesses during sea turtle nesting season at its meeting Monday night. The ordinance was written with input from the Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission and the local Sea Turtle Patrol. New beachfront homes and businesses would be required to shield lights that shine on the beach from sea turtle nesting areas during the nesting season. Existing homes and businesses would be required to determine if their lights could potentially affect hatching sea turtles by May 1, 2020, and take corrective action if necessary. Additionally, no motorized vehicles other than law enforcement and emergency vehicles will be allowed to operate on the beach during nesting season, and bonfires will also not be permitted. Beaches Watch has named its annual Friend of the Beaches Award recipient for 2017. The community organization will recognize the Beaches Neighborhood Accountability Board as being recognized for their volunteer efforts to keep Beaches youth out of the local court system. The volunteer board, made up of Beaches residents, determines sanctions which should be completed within 90 days, and if successfully completed, the infraction will not go on a minor's record. Sanctions may include curfew, counseling, online courses, workbooks, diary postings, and more. All sanctions are chosen based on the youth's ability, interest, and nature of the offense. The award will be presented at the annual Beaches Watch Member Social, which will be held April 5th at the Beaches Museum. The event begins at 6 p.m. Your Beaches forecast is just ahead. This is the Island Times News Update.
Beaches Academy Child Care Center in Jacksonville Beach has been offering affordable, loving child care to families in the Beaches communities for 35 years. Conveniently located on Penman Road, Beaches Academy offers care for children from infants through preschool, with programs that encourage learning and outdoor play. Our affordable tuition means families can get quality child care at a price that fits their budget. Contact Beaches Academy at 246-3885 and schedule a tour of our center. Beaches Academy, the child always comes first.
The news you can count on. Mayport to Ponte Vedra Beach, forecasting your beaches. This is your local look weather.
The National Weather Service says we can expect nice spring weather through the weekend and into next week. Skies will be mostly sunny most of the week with highs in the mid-70s, and lows will fall into the low to mid-60s. The Island Times is always digital, always free at theislandtimes.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter to be the first to know about stories posted on the Island Times. I'm Tom Patton. Thanks for watching.